Hey guys, how are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Forex update for the day. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we will go over to those charts. So yeah, Euro US dollar yesterday, you can see we had a bit of a swing failure pattern above the recent high. Yeah, you see pumped up and then got rejected, came back down, playing out sort of out this box range we've got going here. So it is no surprise we are still heading down today towards that daily 21, towards that horizontal level. So this is an important level if we are going to stay bullish in this price action. We've clearly got a low, a higher low, and then if we do form a higher low, obviously anywhere higher than here, but ideally at this horizontal, we still will be looking bullish, and then I would expect I would expect a rally to the top, and then we'll see how we interact with that level. But the probabilities would be that we would break up over to the 12-hour. Zooming in here, yeah, 12-hour, just pretty much the same sort of story there. Nothing really TD wise or anything really to look at there. And then also you can see we had that 4-hour 9 up here, which was pretty much we didn't really trade higher than well the candle beforehand, but yeah, above this sort of horizontal level. So we are moving down and we are coming into a 4-hour 9. So if we get a 4-hour 9 down at this this support, which is also the daily 21, then yeah, it's a good potential bounce area, put it that way, even if we are just going to keep trading out this range. So over to cable. On the daily first, so yeah, cable obviously had the same sort of tweezer top, sort of push up again, swing failure above our recent highs, slam back down again, and yeah, as you can see, we lost that sort of horizontal. We dropped, we drew. Yeah, I mean, we have to see how we interact. Now we've got an indecision candle today, approaching the daily 21. Again, I would kind of say maybe we're looking at just trading this range out for a bit. That would be my bias for that at the current time. Yeah, I mean, we have traded out at this range quite a lot. We've had a good liquidity hunt, swing failure to the upside and slam back down. So yeah, it would make sense that we carry on this level. If we do break below, well, the low of this candle, sort of low of the lot of this price action, then yes, we would potentially be looking to test and take this out. But I would still lean on the side of, if you look at the daily moving averages, you can see we've got the correct posture. So you still would have to give this market its bullish bias dues. Not really much here to look at the 4-hour in all fairness. We've got the 9 relatively near the top. Dollar index again is having a little push up still, so sort of a bull flag played out, and yeah, 4-hour 9, incoming 4-hour 9. So we know these 4-hour 9s do tend to be quite good for dollar index. So are we going to get a bit more of an acceleration? Did we just get the acceleration on this 8 candle? Are we looking at a retrace from here? Let's have a look at the daily. I mean, daily, like I said, the daily 21 is always a target. It is coming in round about where we are now. So you could expect a liquidity hunt above the daily 21 into this horizontal, maybe even break that horizontal, but the bias still does have to be down, clearly has to be down. Look at the moving averages. It clearly does have to be down. So that would be breaking above this horizontal would be the less likely scenario in my mind, and we are basically, for me, potentially heading into a continuation down off this 4-hour 9. Euro pound, this is looking a bit yeah, looking just a bit like it's trading in a range again. We tried to regain the channel again. I mean, how many times can we get rejected by it? I mean, we didn't make it into it this time, so we lost the channel, got back into it, lost it again, barely got back into it, lost it again, and only wicked into it this time. Obviously, we've got another 7 hours left of this candle. Anything can happen, but this is not looking good for maintaining this trend line. It is not looking good, is what I would say. Without overcomplicating this chart, just in your mind's eye, kind of look at the pennant we are forming here as well. I mean, it's easy to see here. Look, we are forming a pennant. So yeah, I'd really watch out for the breakout of that pennant. That trend line to the top side, again, doesn't coincide with this horizontal and this channel bottom channel line. So yeah, obviously breaking above that, I think, would get us back to the top of here. Breaking below it would get us to the bottom, would get us to basically down there. So watch out for that pennant. 4 hour, not a lot going on. Aussie dollar, Swiss franc. Looks like it's taking a bit of a beating today. Yeah, so we are trying to lose this horizontal. I mean, maybe this is not the best horizontal to have. Maybe with this is sort of the target. But yeah, I mean, it is obviously looking a bit weak here. But I mean, we're in a channel until we realistically break out of it. Moving average posture not giving us really anything, any clues. We are above the 200 though, which is, I guess, is a small clue. But for anything more than anything else, that is more of a target for me, really, a bounce target. And it does coincide with this horizontal also. Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. This one is looking good, and we are on a daily 9 as well. So yeah, we sort of tripped people in front of the 9. The 9 then pumped up. We still got 7 hours of this candle. We could easily get a pump up higher, a liquidity hunt above here, or we could basically flag out here and then come back for a test of the 21. I will put a horizontal in here. So roughly there is the sell line, but realistically, your target is not really a big target. the daily 200 is not a big target. I mean, it's not very far away from price action. But I will draw that in for the time being. So yeah, keep an eye on this daily 9. We haven't got one on the 12 hour. We did have one up here though, and that did work out well. And then the 4 hour, one of these has got to have been a 9. Yeah, there it is. There's the 9, and then we broke above it. Yeah, so keep an eye on that. That daily 9, US dollar, Japanese yen. Look at it snaking around with clearly a bearish bias. Although we did put in a higher low here, so yeah, I'll keep an eye on this. Clearly taking out this low would be a good sell trade. And yeah, realistically, this is the high that we'd be aiming for. So it's getting a bit of no man's land here. Not too much direction. Pound yen. Pound yen it does again look to be fully and formally losing a trend line. So where does that leave us? It leaves us in relative limbo. I don't rate the 50 period as anything that's going to support price. So maybe we are in the process of reverting this trend, but I would still expect us to not just come straight down, maybe trade some sideways, maybe pop up again, test this one last time before, some proper move down. Or we'd basically take this out this level and continue upwards, but it's not looking as bullish as it has been, and you can see the highs, the lower highs, the lows, and potentially coming in for a lower low. 4R9 though, 4R9 reverses before, 4R9 worked out nicely there, acceleration that 4R9 there. So maybe the 4R9 is going to save us. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc on the daily. It's stair stepping up. You can see it's stair stepping up, but this does clearly look like a rising channel. So at any point we lose this level, yeah, I expect a swift move down. So keep an eye on that. But if we keep taking out these levels and moving up, I mean, this is the next target. If we get above there, then we could be in for some good upside on this. But at any point we are obviously prone to potentially losing that trend line. Euro Japanese yen. This is testing the trend line again. Everything's testing today, isn't it, guys? Testing the trend line again. I mean, we have had a substantial break of it. Well, before it was a proper trend line, and then we got back in. So are we going to get bounced here? We're going to get bounced by the daily 21, and we're going to regain this horizontal, this trend line, and bounce off the daily 21. It is all a distinct possibility. It is all a distinct possibility, so yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on this. 12R9, that could be it. The 12R9 coming in and the 4R9 at roughly the same time could be enough to bounce this price, especially with the daily 200 also. So we've got time frames, various time frames with various indicators of potential continuation back up. In this one, we sort of lost the level, back testing it. Yeah, we're going to have to see whether we get back above here, consolidating here, then maybe we can progress upwards, but realistically, the trend is your friend. As I say in every video, every day, the trend is your friend. Descending channel, again, could potentially be bullish, but until we break out the top of it, it's not. So, be aware of that. until you get the confirmation. It's not a trade. So yeah, yeah, 4 out of 9 in a couple of candles too. Aussie dollar, US dollar. This is obviously having a move down. Yeah, this lost a trend line, nicely back tested it, as you can see, and yeah, rejected from it, rejected from that high, like a liquidity hunt, highs above these highs, and then slammed back down. So realistically, I'd expect more range trading again. A lot of these pairs are looking like range trading and towards the highs. So unless we see some sort of big macro reversal in the current trends, then I think we'll just consolidate here, maybe where the levels that we're at in a lot of these pairs for a while. Yeah, I mean, you can see the actual the beauty of that 12-hour was a 12-hour 9 candle at that underside of that trend line. A fantastic technical sell trade there. New Zealand dollar, US dollar. We have got yeah, looking droopy. It's not the word of the day, droopy. Losing some horizontals. Looking relatively bearish. I mean, yeah, daily 200 is the target. Daily 200 is the target. We're clearly above the 50 and the 21, and the 21 is sloping down. So, yeah, this obviously is not as bullish as you might want it to be if you were a bull of this asset. So, yeah, keep an eye on this one. I believe we are coming down for that daily 200. US dollar, Swiss franc. Yes, so another textbook swing failure pattern liquidity hunt. If we can draw in a nice trend line here, look at that for perfection. Oh, look at that, not for perfection. Yeah, exactly where we came up to. I mean, you could have had that trend line drawn in from there, and yeah, perfect rejection from that point. Swing failure, liquidity hunt under here. Swing back up to the line. I mean, this looks like it's potentially forming a descending triangle, but we will see. We shall see. But yeah, yeah, it's good to see diagonal trends line respected, because they are not my favourites usually, if I am being honest. Yeah, so yeah, potential bear flag forming at the lows here. Obviously, clearly nothing bullish here. Low, lower, low, lower, low as well. High, lower, high, lower, high, low, lower, low, lower, low. US dollar Brazilian real is now busting out that, busting up. So here's the level to go for. Basically, we got held up at the daily 9, taking the daily 9 out again to the upside, and now obviously accelerating up to the upside now that we've taken out that 9. 12-hour, obviously looking a bit more clear. 12-hour 9 coming in relatively soon though. Couple of candles. Nothing really much to see on this 4-hour. Again, the 4-hour and 12-hour 9 held us there at resistance, knocked us back, and then we started making progress to the upside. Brazilian, Mexican pay. Obviously the dollar's strengthening at the moment, so yeah, we've seen a bit of retracing this. So yeah, retracing that, or we'll delete this now anyway. We know what we're looking at. It's gone all over the place really, this trade. We will delete this also, and this also. Tidy this chart up a bit. Yeah, other than that, we will extend this because this still looks so good. Yeah. To be honest, what am I doing here? Do we want a trend line? We don't want a trend line there. Yeah, so obviously, dollar weakness, we are coming up. Up to, obviously, yeah, so in fact, we got through the daily 21, but mixed moving averages. I mean, I still expect to test this daily 200 for this asset and then see how it reacts to that. You can kind of see it looks like we want to get to it. Either it will get to it or it will get to us. I believe. How's the Turkish lira doing? So yeah, we had that sell off the daily 9. If we go back onto here, yeah, great trade, guys, great trade. Yeah, sell off and then wick below, back above that horizontal, and then yeah, rallying back up. So I mean, this was obviously bullish going up, a technical sell off from the daily 9, and now looking to resume. So this is obviously the buy level. This is obviously the continuation buy level. So we'll draw that in like so. We'll have a quick look at the 12-hour. Did we get a 9 here also on the 12-hour? Yeah, nearly. This was nearly a 9, and then obviously we sold off next candle. Yeah, 4-hour 9 bounced us as well. So the 9's working nicely. 4-hour 9 bounced us at the horizontal also. So yeah, guys, that is it today. Try to get through that a little bit quicker than normal. So remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys later on today.